Hi, this is Vanessa with Train with V in San Jose, California. And obviously we're still in COVID-19, which means a lot of you are working out of your houses still, and I want everybody to be as fit as they possibly can. Today we're going to make a video mostly on hip and core structure and learning how to do these exercises properly. I'm all about not making mistakes and knowing how to do these exercises to benefit you the most. So we're going to do about 7 or 8 minutes of core and hip exercises. I'm going to do them without a weight vest, but Chris is going to do them with a 14-pound weight vest. It's going to add just a little more oomph, a little more exercise work here, a little more strength to the upper body. I'm going to talk about a couple things you need at home. You don't need a lot at home, right, to do exercises. This is a really great mat. I always suggest a mat with at least 1.5 inches of foam. This one comes from ProSource Fit, as does the weight vest. You can buy both of these together for $60. So working out at home is really financially viable, and everybody, whether you be a basketball player, a runner, work at a desk, you're a mom, you all want a really tight core structure and hip structure, and it's going to all protect your back too, and I don't want to hear about anyone having back injuries. So we're going to start off with doing some hip work right away. Chris is going to show us how to get down on that mat without using his hands and to get back up. This is really, really hard work on the hip structure, and of course he's doing it with a 14-pound weight vest. You want to actually flip legs back and forth that you're pushing up on, but it really, really strengthens the hip, and it's much harder work than you ever dreamed of, and it's just amazing for getting yourself really straight. Let's do a couple more of those, Chris. Just getting up and down. Make sure you go all the way up and down. Look how he's keeping his hands forward, which allows him to be really balanced in that. Excellent. The next thing we're going to do is we're just going to go down onto one knee and get back up. Everybody talks about their knees hurting, but I want you to learn that when your thigh works properly, it takes the pressure off the knee. So step out on a mat is better than doing it on a floor or on your carpet. So you got that foot a couple of feet ahead of you. You're going to go down on one knee, and you're going to come right back up. Your center of gravity is right in the center of this thigh, and that thigh getting really strong is going to do what? It's going to hold the knee in place, right? This is a fantastic exercise. Chris, why don't you switch legs? And we're going to talk a little bit about how Chris is doing this. His whole weight is right at the center of him, very straight back, and really, really focus on doing that thigh. Great. Let's do 5 more, Chris. A little bit slower. The slower you go, the better the exercise. Beautiful. Nice job. Great. Now, everybody wants to be able to do a few things when they do exercises. Sit-ups and push-ups are super common. Everybody can do them at some level. Chris is going to do a few harder push-ups because he's going to do it with the weight vest. But I'm going to show you some modifications to get that upper body strength and to give you a place to start. So we're both going to go down. Remember, try to get in the habit of not using your hands when you get down, so you're always using your body for exercise. So when you get down into a push-up position, make sure your back is completely flat, right? Now, first thing first, you have to have strong enough wrists to hold you up. And so when you first start doing this, just try to stay up for 10 seconds, 20 seconds, and then 30 seconds. That you're actually having the pressure on your shoulders and getting that flat back. And you're going to feel in that lower back, your back wants to sway. Don't let it do it. Don't do the butt sticking up. Stay very, very flat. And here. Now, when it starts to bother you, you can drop your knees down, take a little bit of a rest, and then come back up. Your goal is really to be able to do this for a solid minute, right? And you're going to feel how great this is on your core. Now, go down to your elbows, nice and slowly. Stay here for a second or two. Come back up on your hands. Great shoulder work. Chris, why don't you continue doing that? Really keeping that flat back as you see that he's doing. Down and up. Very nice. Make sure when you do this that you go back and forth on your hands, that you're not using the same hand every time to lift your body up, that you're getting a great workout on your shoulders. Let's do 3 more, Chris. Great. So the next thing we want to do here So you get up in that push-up position, you have a nice flat back, and now we're gonna go down on our elbows and plank. Now when you plank properly, your head should be in the straight line as your back is. Everything should be straight, and this is an amazing core and hip workout that anybody can do. And you know, Chris has got an extra 14 pounds on there, so it's a little more difficult than me. But everybody should be able to do this very well by keeping very, very straight. Now, let's talk about Chris's structure here, because you can see that his back is going a little bit here, right in that sway. So Chris, put your knees down and relax for a second. Let it stretch out a little bit. Don't go to pain. Just go till about 20% more, and then get back up and put it in the proper posture. You do not want to strain the lower back. You want to make it stronger. Go back down on your knees, Chris, and relax for a second. We're going to do a solid 30 seconds. So I'm going to do it without a weight vest. He's going to do it with a weight vest, all right? Nice straight back, and here we go. Nice even breathing the whole time. So important when you do this. And you really feel that you're really using your back straight and your head straight. You're not dropping your head too low. Let's throw in another 10 seconds here. We'll be good. Nice, even breathing. Really focusing that your shoulders are over your elbows. That's the proper way to do a plank. Fantastic. Drop your knees down, come back up. All right? How you feeling? I hope you're feeling great out there. I know it's amazing how little work we're doing and how hard it really is. Okay, let's do a little bit more core workout now. We're gonna switch to some sit-ups. And these sit-ups are gonna have some modifications so that you can learn to do them well. Chris, of course, is gonna do it with the weight vest. So, remember, we get down without using our hands. Now, a lot of times people have really tight ankles and they have a hard time pushing their feet all the way down flat. But you know what? As long as you're gonna do an exercise, why not do it well? So really focus on, if your feet are up like this because your ankles are too tight, really force them down. Really force them down so they stay flat down on that mat. Now I'm gonna do a perfect sit-up. So I have my hands across and I come on up, right? But I do sit-ups for a living. My clients, I make them do 35, and there's lots of modifications. Now remember, Chris has a weight vest on, so pretty hard for him to do it this way. So he's gonna do a modification of having his hands to the side and pulling those hands forward, which gives him a little leverage. So if you have a weight vest, you can do that. I don't need to do that. Now Chris, really try to push those toes down so you're getting that ankle workout and the calf workout at the same time. This is such a fantastic overall body exercise, and it should be done properly. Really try to think about that form, coming up, having a nice straight back every time you come up. Let's do 7 more, Chris. And as you can see, Chris is really sweating over there. I'm not doing much. He's working much harder with just a 14-pound weight vest. It's really remarkable how much more effort it is. Last one. Great. Okay, so we're gonna switch up a little bit, coming off the mat. Now, we have some steps here that we use for exercise. You don't need these. You could have some big books, some bricks, I don't know, the curb outside your house. All of these exercises are gonna work there. So don't feel like you need to spend some money to get this done. Remember, I'm doing it the easy way with just my body weight, which is not really as easy as it may look. And Chris is doing it with a 14-pound weight vest. So this 14-pound weight vest, super important that you're keeping that body really strong and keeping this tight. So let's put one foot up. Now remember, everything's gotta be straight. We're working on this core, we're working on this hip structure. Other foot's gonna come up, come back down. Keep your hands in front of you. Don't move your hands like you're running, just because this is all about hip and thigh. Nice and even. Make sure you're looking straight ahead so that you're always having that really straight back and you're feeling all this go. Let's do 8 more on this leg, and then I'm gonna switch legs and talk about what's happening with Chris's body as he gets tired, because if you're doing this, you're really feeling it in this thigh, right? It's all about keeping that weight in that mid-thigh. Good, let's switch legs. Good, keep your head straight up, Chris. Very nice. Keeping everything really straight is the most important part of this exercise. Really working that thigh, working that hip structure, making sure that hip opens up nicely. Let's do 5 more on this leg so we're even. Fantastic. So we're going to do something sideways now. Remember, it's all about being really balanced. Keep your foot in the middle. Leg is off on the side. You're going to bring it up and down. All my weight stays on this leg. I'm just touching down and coming over. Keep your butt tucked under you a little bit more, Chris. I know it's hard with that weight vest, but it's all about keeping this back really neutral and not straining it. Keep breathing. Try to breathe in rhythm. Let's do 5 more on this leg. 4. Last one. Great. Let's switch legs, Chris. Good. Nice and even. Really breathing well. This would be so great on your hip structure, allowing you to do the things in life you really want to do. Let's do 4 more, Chris. Now we're going to look a little bit on balance. Remember, he's got that 14-pound weight vest. He's going to go one leg to the other now. Go back and forth. Down, down. Really have to be straight. Know where your body is so you don't fall, so you don't trip, all those kind of things, right? Really keeping that body weight in the mid-thigh so you're not straining the knee. You're building up the thigh to make it strong. Good, let's do 4 more. 2, nice breathing. Excellent work. All right, here we go. This is a lot harder. We're gonna jump straight up and then come back down. Learn to absorb in your knees when you jump. It should not be jarring on the body. Absorb and down. Absorb, great. So when you first start to learn to jump, you can do a lower level, but always see how Chris is really absorbing in his knees. He's not straight-legged. One last one. Excellent. All right, so guess what is the next thing to happen? If you want to really increase your running, increase how much your propulsion is, how fast you are off the ground, getting that leg drive, we're going to send Chris out to run with this. All right, so now we've moved outside, and I know you've seen people running with a weight vest. It's a lot of work. This is really about working on that form of your upper body being really straight up and down. So I'm going to send Chris off in that direction, and he's going to run back and forth with a really upstanding posture, and it's a lot more work to do this, right? Football guys use this a lot, sprinters use this a lot. If you've seen my previous videos, running backwards, really put your foot in the right position for when you run. But this is a fantastic workout on the upper body when you run. Really nice form, Chris. Now I want you from here to sprint as fast as you can, as hard as you can. Look at that nice forward lean. Okay, I want you to come back and I want you to do kind of the same thing, except more like from the belly button as you lean. I want to talk about a couple other ways. So he really leaned forward from the waist. Now I want you to think about a string pulling you from your belly button that way. Go. See how much better his leg kick up is there? Upper body was really straight. I want to show you one more way to really get some speed in your running. Chris, this time when you run, I really want you to think about just leaning from the ankle, using the body weight. And remember, he's got the vest on, which means his thighs have got to pump. Go for it. Go. And that creates a huge stride, right? So there are some great things you can do to improve your running, no matter what kind of athlete you are, by using a weight vest. I hope you enjoyed our videos today. We'll see you soon.